All right. Hopefully, everyone is enjoying their impromptu day off here. But a couple of things I want to make sure we cover just so we have everything taken care of. Okay. So, one of the biggest things to look at, move myself around here, there we go, is the idea of what the characteristics of the Enlightenment really actually are. So, our first big one is rationalism. So, the idea that reason is the arbiter of all things. It's basically explaining that the idea that reason, so kind of logical thought, is how we make decisions, not superstition, but through logical thought out processes. What would a reasonable person do? What would a reasonable person believe? Cosmology, this is a new concept of man, where you are on the earth, where you are in terms of life, that we're at the center of everything, that we are but a little piece of this whole deal here. A lot of belief in nature, of nature's rights, those kind of things, how we think that whole deal. That we have a very good concept of how men and how people are in this whole thing. Secularism. So obviously, we are from the Renaissance period. Secularism is the idea of non-religious thought, right? So here we're applying those ideas of religion and philosophy and science, that kind of stuff together. We're taking that scientific method we've talked about through everybody from Bacon and Descartes and Isaac Newton, and now these ideas are getting applied to religion, philosophy, government, all those kind of pieces. And so that's kind of where secularism rolls into stuff here. Going forward is that idea of scientific method, right? And using that methodology, would be mathematical analysis or experimenting and inductive reasoning to figure stuff out. And not just physical things or mathematical processes or planetary things, but all things, right? Government, nature, all those kind of things play a big role in terms of the idea of scientific method. Another big idea here is the idea of utilitarianism. Fun word, fun to say, better to chew. The idea of utilitarianism is the idea of doing things for the greatest good of the greatest number. I have an old Star Trek joke about this one. It's the idea of the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one, if you're a Star Trek fan at all. I think that way, that how are we doing the best good for the best number of people versus just good for me or good for the state? Is how is it good for everybody or for the most people we can? Then tolerance. Tolerance not only in terms of religious tolerance, but also tolerance in terms of ideas and respecting other people's ideas, other people's views. We've seen so far that most of European history has not been very tolerant, right? But a lot of these philosophers do pitch the idea of tolerance. The idea that, my quote here is, no opinion is worth burning your neighbor for, cough, witchcraft, cough, right? That kind of stuff. But the idea that we respect other people's views and those kind of things, and beliefs, and religious beliefs for that matter too. Lastly, is optimism and self-confidence. The idea that man is actually good. Man is not bad. People are not bad. We're not all bad little boys and girls who are trying to destroy the planet. Nope. We're actually good people, and that we can do good things, and that we believe in the idea of social progress, and that as humanity, we can make the world better. Okay, we can make it great. We can make things improve. And kind of having that confidence in humanity. It's not just a bunch of bad people. We're actually good people. The word freedom is thrown around a lot, not just freedom in terms of like American kind of freedom, right? But it's freedom of thought and expression, being able to express your own thoughts, be able to believe what you want to believe. And so this is really the battle against absolutism. So freedom and rights and respect for all men, all people. And that's what it really comes from in terms of those ideas. Education, how get more people educated is a big part of this too. How everyone should be educated versus just a few people comes in here as well. Talk about legal reform. So the ideas of how incarceration works. Prior to this, think like Star Chamber, all that kind of stuff. People were arrested willy-nilly. Think like Louis XIV and Fouquet, how all of a sudden, you get jealous and arrest somebody, that kind of stuff. The words due process, which is a big deal in government, get thrown out around a lot here. The idea of due process being everyone has to follow the same rules, everyone has to follow the same laws, and nobody's getting special treatment. And so the idea of getting rid of torture, getting rid of just arresting people for no reason, trying to get rid of those ideas too, and getting rid of that kind of stuff. Constitutionalism. So having a written constitution. That's a big thing, okay? And listing rights, listing what people have and laws, those kind of things. So the idea we can list what people's rights have, how government's supposed to work, not just making stuff up on the fly. And lastly, the idea of cosmopolitanism, essentially more urbane situations, more reading, more public works, more public places, art, culture, try to make those things expand among all the people. So those things you'll need for the worksheets of Enlightenment Ideals. And look at the picture up here. Here it is. Okay, that one. The second page is the seminar you should have here. I know John Locke's not in there, but you already read him, so you should be fine because you already read that one. You should have it, or you've already read it. So make sure you watch this. Use that top sheet. Try to prepare for next week so we can get through what we got to get through here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your time very much. I appreciate it. Have a good weekend. Please be good. Please be safe.